Hi, very good afternoon to fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. This is Venkat Palle, your Sergeant at Arms for today. Welcome to the Medley Meeting number 665. Toastmaster International is a near-century old organization helping its members grow in the area of public speaking and leadership abilities. As per the mission of the Toastmasters, we provide supportive, positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. There are some ground rules we request all the audience to follow to keep the meeting productive. Keep your mic on mute unless you are delivering a session or asked a question. Keep your phone in silent mode during the meeting when you speak so that it does not create any disturbances. Please prefix your name with a TM underscore if you are a Toastmaster and as a guest underscore if you are a guest. As much as possible, keep your video on so that the speaker gets in near live experience and gets motivated by your responses if bandwidth permits. Please stay in a professional posture when you are on video. Kindly stay throughout the meeting and enjoy the Toastmaster experience. Do not exit abruptly from the meeting. Team has taken pains over the past week to conduct this meeting. It will be an insult to exit the meeting abruptly and is not a dignified manners. In case of urgent needs, mention about your exit politely and do so. Please keep the chat window always open in a corner and use it for any quick communication when the meeting is in progress. Use it for your communications too. With this, I would like to introduce our presiding officer for today's meeting. It is DTM Sampath sir. He studied 22 years in Chennai but never worked there. He had learned, performed, taught, judged, organized, and even conducted a 3-day workshop in South Indian classical music, Karnataka music, literature, astronomy, Indology, or other interests. He is here to open the meeting number 665. Let's put hand together to welcome Presiding Officer DTM Sampath. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Sergeant at Arms, and good afternoon, all friends that include Toastmasters and guests. I'm not sure how many guests are there. We have a total of 21 persons today, including my second entry, that is my mobile, which means 20 people are here. So I would like even more people to join because today we have got a very important event, which is part of an educational program, successful club series. It's called the Moment of Truth. This Moment of Truth is usually done once in 6 months term. It is like a continuous improvement strategy, what the Japanese call Kaizen. When they started the quality movement in the middle of last century, they did a lot of top-down, big things. But then they found it is also important to take the contribution from the shop floor, from all type of people working in the organization. Their inputs may be very special because what a senior may not see, they may be able to see. So that is the idea in doing a Kaizen-like exercise in Toastmasters called Moments of Truth. It is brilliantly organized as 6 sets of total of 37 questions, simple questions, which can be easily answered by anybody. These questions, typically, this whole thing can be done, finished within 5 to 6 minutes time. I personally checked it. This is the range. That means quickly you are able to give some feedback based on which some ideas will emerge. It is not that there will be groundbreaking inventions or totally novel things coming up. Small improvement in the existing system, and where there is a need for changing something, these are identified and made into a workable action plan, and it is implemented to the extent possible by this group, and then the continuity will come in the future groups. Toastmasters always strives for quality. That is how we come here to learn and improve our confidence, improve our communication skills, improve our leadership skills. So everywhere quality is the mantra. So today we are going to do an exercise which is very important in terms of the quality of our performance, the quality of our routine meeting procedures, and sometimes some special events and other procedures associated with this. So today I welcome you all for this meeting number 665. Do we have any guests? Zakir is here. Zakir, say a couple of sentences. You are not new to us.
So just now I logged in, sir. I was not aware what I have to tell. This regarding, sir.
Regarding nothing. You are coming as a guest. Say something. That's all.
Oh, okay, that's great. Good afternoon, all. I enjoy these meetings and I learn many things. I improve my skills in public speaking as well as learning new techniques and how to handle and how to speak to people. And also I share my experiences, knowledge, and on it here. That's what the.
And
Yes,
you have a very bad habit of taking table topic ribbon frequency that you didn't mention.
okay.
Okay.
Yes.
We have some other
Thank you, sir.
guests.
Thank you.
Guest Arjun. Guest Arjun, can you say briefly how you learned about this and what do you expect from this meeting? Guest Arjun.
Sir, this is Dinakaran, sir. Sorry, actually, I have logged in from my son's device. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Stefan Srinivasan. Guest Stefan Srinivasan. Guest Stefan. Okay. Guest Devani. Please say a couple of sentences. You are on mute, madam. You are on mute.
Hi everybody, I'm Devani. I've been a former Toastmaster. I was with Flyjack Self-Mastery Toastmasters, and today it gives me immense pleasure to be a part of Medley's Toastmasters meeting. So thank you.
Very good. Again, guest Stephen Srinivasan. Okay, somebody's background noise is coming. Please put it off to make it easy for the others. There is another guest among us. He will be introduced later on during a program. Okay, now it is time for me to introduce the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Shankar. Toastmaster Shankar, are you there?
No, he has not yet joined, but I can take over, and then when he comes, I can hand it over.
So now should I introduce Shankar or Saravanan? I don't know. Okay, I will introduce Shankar. You are Binami for him. Okay, so Toastmaster Shankar comes out as a very polished and a quiet individual. He doesn't make big show or big noise, but that hides the inherent worth in him, as we see in his speeches and in his evaluations and in other activities wherever he is involved. He has been a regular contributor as a finance consultant for our club by doing the auditing. So it's an important part of the duty of a member to do different roles, and Shankar fulfills this finance area, which is very important for Medley. So I am glad to introduce Shankar as the TMOD, and in his place for the moment, Toastmaster Saravanan will act. Toastmaster Saravanan, to you.
Thank you, President. Good afternoon, everybody. How are you all doing? Great. I can see a lot of smiling faces, and this is Saturday, and we have very good spectators as well as members, guests, everybody who joined us. There is a famous saying by Mark Twain. If you want to give me, if you want me to give a 2-hour presentation, I am ready even now. But if you want only a 5-minute speech, I need 2 weeks to prepare. Do you understand why he says like that? Anybody?
Yes, it's like packing the bag versus keeping the clothes in a clothesline.
Nice, nice way to put it. Thank you, DTM Thomas. Toastmaster Venkatesh, and you were about to say something. You want to attempt this? Okay, fine. So always, yeah, you are on mute.
Professor has completed already.
When the teacher is ready, I mean, when the student is ready, teacher will always be there. So professor will be there, scientist will be there, everybody will be there when the students are ready. Okay, good. So the theme of, I mean, if you see Mark Twain, what he mentioned is more about, if you take into Toastmasters parlance, is more about table topics and prepared speeches, right? So whether it is prepared speech or table topic, we need some preparation. That is pretty much needed. So when he told about two-hour presentation, he might have got that already. So that's one of the reasons, like, I mean, he said like, it is already there and I can go and present that. But when you have to concise your thoughts in a minuscule manner, it takes a lot of time. So that is where the preparation is needed. And Toastmaster encourages us to do that. Whether it is preparation or information, whatever it is needed, it is very much part and parcel of Toastmasters. So whether it is prepared speech or table topics or evaluation, we need to have lots of preparation done at the background. Then only we will be able to stand in front of the audience and talk about that in a fluent manner, which can be well received by the audience. So it is very much important, and Toastmasters provides that way. If you see the theme of today's meeting, it is future technologies. What are the future technologies you can think of which can change the world? Anybody can attempt that?
3D printing.
Very good. 3D printing.
Mind reading.
Mind reading. Very good.
Living away with nature.
Sorry?
Living our way with nature.
Excellent. That is also one of the ways. Yeah. And have you heard about metaverse?
Yes.
Very good. Can somebody explain about metaverse?
It's a recent article that I read on the Hindu. I don't know what metaverse is. Somebody did a marriage in metaverse, I believe. Wedding. They conducted a wedding there.
Exactly.
Virtual reality.
Correct. Virtual reality, artificial intelligence, machine learning, all these are future technologies. And to talk about further about future technologies, I would like to invite Toastmaster Shankar, who is there with us.
Thank you, Toastmasters Saravanan, for catching me up. Still, my system, it's not working fine. But anyway, I'm trying to connect with my mobile. First of all, thank you, Presiding Officer, and thank you, everyone. Fellow Toastmaster and honorable guests, good afternoon. So if I asked you 2 years ago whether we would be having the Toastmasters meeting without physical presence, I am sure that you would have laughed at me. Likewise, no one ever imagined that the children would attend the school through online, right? So in the last 2 years, I see that there are many perceptions and myths have changed. The main contributor for those change is technology. Toastmasters, whether you like it or not, technology is part of our DNA. We cannot imagine a life without the technology. Sometimes I was thinking that what would have been our stand if the pandemic had happened 10 years ago. I'm sure that many people would have gone mad or frustrated by staying at home without doing any productive work. So today, I thought of discussing with you some of the technology which will control the world. At present, this technology may be in crawling stage, but I bet you this technology are our future. Today, I just pick it up the top 4 technology. Like me, you also may come across some of the technology. If time permits, I will check with you at the end of the session, sir. So before going to my technology, As the general sessions, we do have a three segment in our usual meeting. Number one is the general evaluation, followed by tables topic, and followed by evaluation. And today we do have a special segment for moments of truth. For general evaluation, I have the team and today the role will be played by Toastmaster Surya, who is a young and energetic individual in our Toastmaster, and he was the 2 times Vice President Education. And about the team, any technology, it is good for us. But anyway, this will also go for some task about go for the job. With this, let me call upon Toastmaster Surya. Over to you, Toastmaster Surya.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shankar. Good afternoon, all, dear Toastmasters and guests. Today, I'm taking up the role of General Evaluator. A typical role of General Evaluator is to evaluate the entire meeting proceedings. As the TMOD rightly said, we have 3 different segments in our meeting. So I would be observing all the 3 segments, and I would be evaluating those and at the end of the meeting, I would be providing some inputs for improving the meeting structure further. To run this meeting, I have 2 different teams. The first team is called tag team, which is timer, R counter, and grammarian. 3 different roles played by 3 different persons. Now let me introduce the timer for today's meeting. Timer role is being taken by Toastmaster Shiva. So Toastmaster Shiva is a system engineer with 10 years of experience, and he is also an aspiring life coach. His hobbies are to listen to audiobooks and travel to new places. I would like to call upon Timer Toastmaster Shiva to explain his roles and responsibilities. Over to you, Timer.
Hello. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Am I audible? Okay, thank you. So, as a timer, I will time all the speeches. That includes the prepared speeches, educational sessions, table topics, and the evaluation session. So, we have 2 prepared speeches today. And the first one would be 5 to 7 minutes in length. At the 5th minute, I will show the green card. At the 6th minute, I will show the yellow card, and at the 7th minute, the red card will be shown. And we have a second speech. It would be for 2 to 3 minutes. At the 2nd minute, I will raise the green card, and at 2 minutes 30 seconds, I will show the yellow card. At the 3rd minute, the red card will be shown. And we have also an education session today, that is a moment of truth. The timing for that slot would be 35 to 40 minutes. At 35 minutes, I will raise the green card. At 37 minutes, 37 seconds, the yellow card will be shown. And finally, at the 40th minute, the red card will be displayed. So table topic speakers, they should limit their remarks to no more than 2 minutes. For the 1st minute, I will show the green card. At 1 minute, 30 seconds, I would show the yellow card. At the 2nd minute, I will show the red card. Those for individual evaluations, it should be 2 to 3 minutes. At 2nd minute, I will show the green card. At 2 minutes, 30 seconds, the yellow card will be displayed. And finally, at the 3rd minute, I will raise the red card. I will let each speaker with these kind of cards being shown in my background, so that the speakers will be aware of the timing they are left with. I request all the speakers to pin me so that they can see the timings and the cards that I'm displaying. So it would be shown like this. For example, if you see, my background would change now. So it is green, and now it's red, and also yellow. So I will share my timer report when called upon by the general evaluator. Thank you. Over to you, general evaluator.
Thank you so much for explaining your roles and responsibilities prominently. Now, let me introduce the R counter for today's meeting. Today's Toastmaster Uday is taking up R counter. Toastmaster Uday is working in banking sector. The technology that he likes the most is robotics. He loves to spend with his time with his family and also his hobby is to regularly do exercise in gym. So put your hands together and welcome the gym body of Medley, Toastmaster Uday.
Good evening, dear fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. So the purpose of I'm just taking up the R counter row. So the purpose of R counter is to just note down the crutch words and also the crutch and filler words. It is to, in fact, our target is to deliver the flawless speech. So in order to achieve that, as a R counter, I will just note down all the filler and crutch words like and so and all those, even repeated word also, I will just note down. I will submit my report end of the meeting. Over to you, General.
Thank you so much for your introduction. Next, I would like to call upon Toastmaster Dinakaran, who's playing grammarian role. Toastmaster Dinakaran has an experience of 22 years working in TCS, and his hobby that he had recently developed is start waking up early in the morning, going to beach and have some fresh air, breathe air. I would suggest Toastmaster Dinakaran, if you would also spend some time in doing exercise, it's always good for you. Over to you, Toastmaster Dinakaran.
Thank you, GE. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters. As a grammarian, it is my responsibility to pay close attention to all speakers, listening carefully to their language usage. I will take note of any misuses of the English language, as well as any outstanding words, quotes, or any thoughts. As a grammarian, it is also my duty to introduce the word of the day. Today's word of the day is brain jack. Let me share my screen. Yeah, are you able to see my screen? Okay. Yeah, today's word of the day is brain jack. The meaning is to deliberately use someone else's brain to solve a problem or answer a question rather than your own, even though with time and effort, you could solve the problem yourself. Some of the examples for the usages are, I had worked out the answer to Fermat's last theorem, but I brain jacked brain instead. Another example is, rather than looking at the map on the wall to find her way, she brain jacked me. I encourage all the speakers to use the word of the day in their speeches. It is also my responsibility to report the grammarian report that we'll call upon. Over to Gilly. Thank you.
Fortunately, Toastmasters is not a platform for people to brain jack, right? Now, it's also my, sorry. So I would, as my responsibility to evaluate the entire meeting proceeding and provide the report at the end. And during the evaluation session, I would also be introducing the evaluators. Over to you, TMOD.
Thank you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Surya. So now we are into the first segment of the Toastmaster, that is with the prepared speech. Today we do have two eminent speakers are lined up. The first speech will be evaluated by Toastmaster Raghunath Nair. And I requested Toastmaster Raghunath Nair to read about the project and speech objective of the first speaker. Over to you, Toastmaster Raghunath Nair.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shankar. Today, the purpose of the speech by Toastmaster Aishwarya is to clearly define how Toastmaster envision mentoring. It is the level 2, project 3. All the best, Toastmaster Aishwarya.
Thank you, Toastmaster Raghu. First speaker of today is from Pearl City of India, graduated from Tyagaraja College of Engineering, currently working in AstraZeneca India Private Limited. We all know that company was talk of the town in the last year. Toastmaster Aishwarya, let's go do it. Toastmaster Aishwarya, let's go do it. Over to you.
Thank you, Tia Modi. Hope my voice is clear.
Yeah.
My mentor said, let's go do it, and not you go do it. How powerful when someone says, let's. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. On June 2020, I joined AstraZeneca virtually. After 2 months of intense online training, I was onboarded into the project management team. I still remember the very first orientation meeting organized by Gopal, ex-Medleyan, as well as my mentor. I joined the meeting on time. Gopal sent me a message stating, apologize, I'll join in few minutes. Please watch this video. I watched the video and it is about Gopal's learning story. It's thoroughly enjoyable to watch how Gopal transformed himself via taking a path of learning as a tool. He shared that he has used 3 E's: experience, exposure, and education to make a greater impact in his learning journey as well as his role. And he has also found a 4th E, and that is the key to all. Any guess what the 4th E is? It's enjoyment. Experience, exposure, and education in an enjoyable environment. I was quite impressed by his learning story. I have been fortunate that my first mentor relationship was of my choosing. I decided to choose Gopal as my mentor. He said yes right away. I was wondering how I can have a quick transition from campus to corporate. Gopal was guiding me. He helped me identify the prime skills for success in project management. He also gave me a tip: join the Toastmasters Club. He advised me, all these skills will come naturally to you. He also shared me a point of contact in Medley Toastmasters Club. Then here comes my mentor too. On January 5th, 2020, I sent a WhatsApp message to the most energetic public speaker, come writer, come photographer, DTM Thomas T. Abraham. I was like, hi Thomas, I'm Aishwarya. I would like to join Toastmasters Club. It will be great if you could guide and help me. I got a reply from him. Hi Aishwarya, what time tomorrow will suit you? I can give you a brief about Toastmasters. The very next day, we had a detailed Zoom meeting. We were on video call. A gentleman with white beard and specs appeared on my laptop screen. The only thing that changed with that meeting was, hi Thomas became hi sir. His communication style was so energetic. He patiently shared with me all the details. As days passed by, I took my baby steps through the tag roles. He encouraged me to nominate for treasurer and secretary job. How does the mentor-mentee partnership actually work? For Thomas sir and I, it involves lots of positive exchanges. Initially, I suggested and worked on a couple of topics, which I later found not working. At that time, Thomas sir helped me to make a wise choice in choosing the topics. I would first send him a written script of my speech. He would then reply me with his views and suggestions for improvement as required. On the day of my speech, my mentor is often there to support me and observe how I delivered my overall speech. After after my speech, at the end of the meeting, I make it a point to approach my mentor for feedback on how I performed as a speaker for the project speech. Thomas sir would usually list down all the points, what I did great, and also he provided wisdom on how I could improve based on his observation. And most importantly, Thomas sir has been very patient and guided me sincerely. He's always generous in sharing his knowledge and skills. He shares freely so that I get to learn his skills as well. After every speech and role, my mentor's motivating evaluation did my confidence a world of good. And I now looking forward to deliver more impactful speeches that will continue to improve with the time and practice. And also one thing I would like to share is Thomas sir and I agreed on short, medium and long-term objectives that helped me achieve my areas of improvement. Number one, build my self-confidence both personally as well as professionally. And then I learned to plan and run effective and efficient meetings, then improved my communication to be more clear and precise. Then also I enhanced the ability to listen and evaluate objectively. Thanks for being such a good mentor and for guiding me on the right path. I will not say that I have learned everything now. Let this be a chapter of my few days' journeys with both of my mentors. Now I'm ready to run on the road given to me by my mentors. I look forward to continue my happy journey with them. Thank you. Over to you, TMOD.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aishwarya, for your wonderful speech. So moving on to the second speech. The second speech will be evaluated by Toastmaster Jagannathan. I request Toastmaster Jagannathan to read about the project speech objective.
Thank you, Shankar. Toastmaster Rangarajan Padmavijayam is delivering his speech from the Pathway Effective Coaching Level 4, and this project is an elective project. He has chosen Manage Project Successfully as his elective. This is his first speech. Thus, audience can expect a second speech, which will be a follow-up of this speech. The speech is for 2 to 3 minutes. The purpose of the speech is for the member to practice developing a plan, building a team, and fulfilling the plan with the help of his or her team members. The purpose of this first speech is for the member to give short overview of the plan for his or her project. Timer, as I said, please note the timing is 2 to 3 minutes. All the very best, Ranga. Over to Shankar.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jagan. So the second speaker of the day, who is into writing proposal and meeting CSR aid to get funding for his NGO, and he was the past president of Medley Toastmaster. About theme, almost every field is undergoing a massive transmissions right before our eyes. So exciting times ahead and lot to learn. Toastmaster Rangarajan, brick by brick. Toastmaster Rangarajan, brick by brick.
Am I audible?
Yeah.
Sri Arunodayam Charitable Trust began constructing a 50,000 square feet home for 100 abandoned, intellectually challenged girl children in the outskirts of Ambattur in August 2019. In March 2020, COVID struck. Good afternoon, distinguished Toastmasters, fellow Toastmasters, and guests. Sri Arunodayam Charitable Trust at the home was optimally filled with girl children. We have 33 of them. I joined Sri Arunodayam as the head of donor relations in December 2020. The total outlay for the construction of this home was rupees 3.4 crores. The first wave of the pandemic stopped construction for more than 8 months. Even though we were in the midst of the pandemic, we had the confidence that we could pull these things, the project together. Let me just share a slide. The main object was to create a plan for collecting the funds. And the second one was to build a team. So we decided that we will build a team of 3, including myself. And how do we approach this? So there are different segments from where we could approach approach to get the funds. Individuals, high net worth individuals, corporate social responsibility, and grants. So we started writing a plan for executing this. And then we decided that we will have a quarterly plan, how to execute it. And the plan was to get 20 lakhs each quarter for the first 3 quarters and 5 lakhs in the last quarter. So how do we approach this? So we thought about ways in which we could reach out to people through social media, through our email system, reaching out to individuals personally. And finally, we also had to account for COVID stoppages. How we went ahead and we planned this was something which we did on a day-to-day basis. During the second quarter of 2021, we had a 3-month gap due to COVID. And how we overcame that is something that we will discuss in the next, in the full submission. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ranga, for your speech. Timer, can you please confirm who are all the eligible speakers?
So TM Aishwarya is the one eligible speaker.
Okay. Thank you, Timer. And let me share my screen. And please let me know whether is it my screen.
Yes, Shankar, we are able to see your screen.
Okay. Is it in the presentation mode, Jagan?
It's not in the presentation mode as of now.
Okay,
Right
what about
now
now?
it is. Yes. Go ahead.
Okay. Thank you all. Can anyone tell me what is the parent company of Facebook? I think they have recently announced it, correct?
Meta.
Meta.
Wow. Then what is Meta? I think Saravanan also pointed out the Meta. Okay. Let me tell you. So again, how it is connected with the Facebook. Meta is a short form of metaverse. So in the Greek language, meta means beyond, which verse indicates it is the universe. So the metaverse technology is expected to do a wonder beyond the universe. I'll tell you how. So some of you know that metaverse is the future of internet, and the people say that it is the digital avatar. To give a small brief, what is the metaverse is the virtual space where you can explore with other people who are not the physical as you. So you will be able to socialize with the friends, work, learn, shop together in these 3D spaces. So it's like a fantasy, it's like a fantasy world. First of all, the metaverse technology is not new to us. People who are fond of gaming industry, I knew it, they know it already. So while they play the game, whenever they make an action, the video on the screen will also replicate the same. So the next question will arise to us, right? So how does the metaverse technology will help you and me as a common people, right? Let me tell you how it is that. So with the introduction of this technology in the futures, we all can attend the Toastmasters meeting either in Gandhinagar Club or US or Canada or any part of the galaxies in the universe by just sitting at our home, how we are doing now. So metaverse will create an atmosphere virtually And the Medley members can join the meeting by just wearing an augmented glass. So each speaker will come and give the speech by standing, how it is used to happen in our physical meeting earlier. And very important thing, whoever, whenever it happens in Gandhi Nagar Club, surely we will get you for medu vada and hot coffee will be served on your table virtually, sir. So in that meeting, so no, if that meeting happens, so I would be the TMOD on that day. So already the big giant companies are creating a virtual world. So whenever you go and get the experience of the place, how it is different from the physical world. So Facebook is behind the race, followed by other tech giant companies like Apple, Google, and Microsoft. And I'll be talking about some more technology in a while. Before that, we do have a special segment today. For that, the special segment will be conducted by Toastmaster Vinod Kumar, the area director of B5. He is an electrical engineer designated as Deputy General Manager of Schneider Electric India Private Limited. Over to you, Toastmaster Vinod Kumar.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day. Good evening, everyone. I hope I'm audible. Yeah. Thank you so much. Let me begin with our general evaluators note that at Toastmasters, nobody can brain jack. But today I'm standing as an exception. I'm going to brain jack the efforts of your president and VPs on the moments of truth. Already considerable exercise has happened. And so far, we are now just going to take it forward from whatever stage it was taken. Since some of the guests are also here, it's my duty to introduce what's about the moments of truth. Let me just try and share my screen. Is my screen visible on the moments of truth PDF? Yeah, thank you. As you see, moments of truth is an exercise in which any aspect of Toastmaster, whichever a guest or a member comes and encounter while they are part of our club, is something that we will revisit and see, is that giving the best impression about our club to that specific member or not? That is the exercise that we will try to do this. In the whole exercise of moments of truth as defined by Toastmasters was done in such a beautiful way, time-tested exercise has already gone into it. We all will have to strive and see the best experiences being given to the Toastmasters, because the moments of truth exercise itself emphasizes the fact we'll never have a second chance to make the best impression. On that note, there are around 37 aspects. As you see, it has been categorized into 6 headers, namely first impressions, membership orientation, fellowship variety and communication, program planning and meeting organization, membership strength, and achievement recognition. Against all these categories, there are 6-7 questions that is being done. These questions were already circulated in the form of survey to all the members, and some of them have answered. There is a category from 1 to 5, which means we rarely meet this standard to we always meet the standard. On that range, wherever there are scores of 3 to 5, we are not taking a discussion here, but wherever the scores are, we rarely meet this standard, or 1 or 2 scores were given by the members, against which your comments were solicited, and those comments were already being part of. Yeah. Yes, sir. I see.
I would like to add one thing. Even if the overall score was more than 3 or 4, if 1 or 2 individuals have made specific comments, even they have been included for our discussion. Please proceed.
Okay, thank you. So next I'll be sharing that specific Excel wherever there were comments that was given by you. There are few cases where which the specific Toastmaster was commented whose name has been mentioned. There are cases it was not mentioned. So it would be better if those who had made that comment, if you come forward and then say your specific views about that point a little better, then that will help us to derive more action plans about it. Let me just share you the screen of the comments that we have received. Is this Excel now visible? Yeah.
So out of 37 points, we have around 18 questions that was shortlisted based on the comments that were received from the members. I'm listing only those specific questions. And since there are 18 questions, we will try to take maybe a minute to 1.5 minutes for each questions to have a discussion on that. So that will help the XCOM team to take action notes about the actions that is recommended or what action we can take that to improve that aspect. I'll be also try to maybe intervene if this discussion is exceeding beyond 1.5 minutes, so that we will try to cover all the aspects and the comments that was given. Let us now move with the first question. When I mean first question, that's the first out of this 18 shortlisted question. The question is about guest book and name tags were given to all the guests who attended the meeting. This is part of the first aspect that we have seen is about the first impressions. There is a comment which says, as though online it is seen as guest added in front of the name, but never noticed any such thing during offline meeting. That is one comment that we've received. Anything else you want to add? Those who have commented can come forward. Otherwise, it's an open discussion and anyone can pitch in and then add your thoughts, please. Sampath sir, you're on mute.
Yeah, I'll say something. The first 3-4 cases when we started, I didn't think important to add the name of the person. That's why the names are not there. The names are there in the table anyway. So here, as I see it, adding guest in front of the name is a good method for the Zoom meeting. But when we go back to normal meeting, instead of giving name tags, we can give a guest tag. Simply put a big G and give that so that we know they are all the guests. And in that, if there is a space, we can write the name of the guest and give them. So every week we have to change that. We can implement this when we go back on in person. So at present, this method is okay. Guest book was also there during in-person meeting. Now, during the Zoom meeting, we know the number of guests who attend. In minutes of the meeting also we mentioned. So we have the guest book in another form. We have got it. And our VPM is also making a group called Medley Toastmaster Guest, where he is adding the guests. So that is taken care of. What we have to do is in-person time, we have to do something. There is a guest tag. We'll do it. Maybe in another 2-3 months, we will be going for the in-person. At that time, we will implement this. I will add this in the action plan. Okay, thank you.
Sir.
You can go to the next.
Yeah. So the next question is about whether guests are invited to address. The comment is about only in table topics they were invited to address. But even in today's meeting, I noticed that the president have invited guests to address. Anything else any member wanted to add here?
Actually, during the president's address also, they are being invited to address and what is the expectation and all. First one. Second one is during the table topics, if time permits, they are being called. Third one, at the end of the meeting, we normally call during the president's address to ask whether they have been able to fulfill their expectations as such. All these 3 things are done regularly.
Yeah, I agree. This is little misleading, what is stated here. I agree.
Okay, so no action is required because we are doing all the 3 aspects well.
Correct.
We will continue this.
Yeah.
No new action required.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay. Let's now move to the next question, whether guests are invited to join. There is no comment that is given. But is there any thoughts that anyone wanted to add here?
My thought is what we are now doing is fine. We cannot say, yeah, join tomorrow. We say that hope you will become a member. I think it's done politely and well over a period of time. I'm fine with it.
Okay, thank you, sir. Yes, Toastmaster Jagannath. Yeah.
One thing that I found from not Medley specifically, but in Toastmasters generally, that we call the guest in their first meeting itself to speak. Maybe we could previously tell them that you might be asked to speak, so that they might get ready, or they may politely refuse as well. No, I don't want to speak. Many of them do come and they struggle in their first meeting. We don't know how it will be taken by them. So we could make either whoever is inviting them, we could tell them that you may be asked to speak. If you do not want to, so it's okay. You can politely refuse to speak as well. That's one I felt it with Medley.
Okay, is that for the previous point or the current point? Because as per my understanding, the current point is to join your club.
Joining as in join the meeting.
As a member.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is guest invited to join. I thought it was guest invited to join the meeting.
It's as a member for your club.
Okay.
After the
I'm sorry.
meeting.
Okay, just to respond to PM Jagan's query, during in-person meeting, it is always done. We have been the beginning of the meeting. First time when they come, would you like to speak in table topics or anything? But occasionally somebody says no. Most of the time they don't object. We are doing it in in-person meeting. Maybe in Zoom meeting, how we can implement it, we can think about it. In Zoom meeting also. The problem is in Zoom meeting, last minute they are arriving, we are not able to converse with them separately. So we will see how it can be done.
Okay, let's now move on to the next question. That's on the induction. There's a comment that I don't see a proper induction these days, no consistency. Members who joined in 2020 have not been given a pin yet. Any feedback or any suggestion from anyone?
I think someone who joined in the last 1 year or so might like to answer, because we wouldn't know, isn't it?
Okay.
No, more than that, Thomas, sir, what I felt when I see the comment is that the induction as such has not happened for last few months.
Okay.
And that's something which we need to bring in as a process of Toastmasters, and
Agreed.
that need to be consistent.
Thanks for that. And in our group, we have discussed it. I have informed VPM Shankar to plan it in the last meeting of every month. Failing which, the first meeting of the next month. For example, the last meeting today, because of moments of truth or something, the shortage of time, then it can go further. If there are two people who joined in the first week and third week, they will be combined introduction. Induction will be done on the last meeting. So we have decided on a system like this. Now the first time it is coming, this opportunity is only today's meeting. But today, because of moments of truth, we have not planned it. So probably on 5th, we will do the induction of 2-3 members who have joined recently.
Yes, if I can add, we have scheduled that in the sense, it is there in the tentative agenda, and Toastmaster Shankar will be conducting the induction for all the new joinees.
Okay, I will include this as action point. Like every last meeting of every month will be the standard date. Failing which, we will adjust this later. Okay.
Okay, the next discussion point is on the mentor assignment, where the point or comment from Toastmaster Venkatesan was time taken to assign mentors to the new members shall be improved.
Venkatesan.
Okay, my apologies. Toastmaster Venkatesan.
Okay, what's the target? Yeah, what's the target we are having? So let's go with that. What's the target? Within how many weeks or days would we like to
I think within 1 week we will try.
Brilliant.
Within 1 week. Yeah.
Within 1 week. It can be done even the second day, the third day, but sometimes the VP is not doing, somebody has paid.
Good enough, doctor. No, 1 week is fine, doctor, please.
Actually, I can add the people who have joined recently have been assigned a mentor and have been distributed in the mentor pool shares.
Sure.
Yeah, I saw that also.
One point, so in the previous, my previous Toastmasters club, what they do, they had a list of mentors and they ask the member to attend 2 or 3 meetings. If at all they want to choose a mentor, they could choose a mentor. So do we have something of that sort in Medley? We could, it's a food for thought, just in case.
Usually we are given a choice, and based on what they have come in as guests, like if they have seen the performance and things like
that. Jagan,
it is usually like that was the practice. Usually that they are given a list of senior members and then ask them to choose. So I'm not sure how it is being done.
No, Jagan, let me add, that is not the procedure. The VP only assigns world over. It is taking place like this for good reason. If you want, I can discuss with you privately. And giving 2-3 names is not right, because in the sometime back I checked, same 2-3 names were given to more than one person. The other persons, seniors not having mentors, they were not considered. This is not a democratic process the first time. Maybe after 1 year, when you want to choose a new mentor, you can do it. The individual can add another mentor unofficially in the beginning. Later on, we can make it official. But the first time assignment is in the prerogative of VP education for good reason. If you want, I can discuss that with you later on. But within 1 week is a decent thing, because the person has to start thinking about fixing the path, choosing the path, and enrolling and doing such things. Because once the money is paid, in a few days' time, the credentials will come. By the time, you should start interacting with the mentors also.
Okay, Sampath, thank you.
Yeah. Let's now move on to the next question, where education program and the recognition program are getting discussed, against which Toastmaster Raghunar has mentioned no communication on the project or level completion communication the last 6 months of members. This was a practice earlier, is the comment that was given.
Yeah, that was the case, I think.
Okay.
Like when you have a level completion, it is acknowledged. Like, when you complete level, that's something where the people feel, but that I have not seen for last 6 months or 6 to 8 months. It is, it's primarily whether we need to have that track of what all levels as each member completed.
Sorry, Raghu. I think that refers to recognition, which comes later.
Yeah.
Here,
Correct.
here this is pertinent. Yeah, go ahead, Raghu, please.
No, Thomas sir, what I just had an extension of what I had written, is saying that might be that it is not been captured on what all levels that has been completed. There used to be a file where all the levels has been used to be checked, like based on the previous minutes of the meetings and what level has been done. Might be that is a reason, but we need to bring it back.
I think this is a reference.
Let me answer that. Raghu, your point, overall point is well taken. There is a genuine point, because sometime back I wanted to put it on the website, but there were some challenges in that I cannot do it myself. But I think Sharadan will be able to do it, putting it on the website. The other one is, one more thing is coming up, and another question that there also the same thing will come. Yes, but let me submit. Raghunar's comment has got nothing to do with the question. The question is about discussing with a new member the system and the recognitions and what is the education system.
Correct.
This used to be done by the VPM, VPE. At the end of the meeting, the new members, even before joining, they used to be given some feedback on that sort of orientation. But in-person meeting is not there, so that's got a little bit fizzled out. But I personally feel and strongly request the mentors to play an important role in this.
Absolutely.
See, for example, let me unreservedly give my appreciation for DTM Thomas, what he's doing. He is giving a good picture to his mentees. Okay, so the mentees know what is what. Then they start performing, they keep learning more and more. That initial foundation should be done by VPM, VPE, and more importantly, by the individual mentors.
I agree. Sorry, all I wanted to say was the education scheme, what are these 11 things, what are the recognition, that is the minimum thing any serious mentor will deliver. But here it's talking about the club doing it. This is a safety, VPE doing it. Fine, I'm fine with it, but then I think it's happening, I would imagine.
Yeah, no, in VPM, VPA combo is supposed to be responsible. Once in 6 months, we can organize one training. In fact, 2-3 months back, I envisaged it. In fact, Raghunar was to do the orientation on training session, but somehow it fizzled out. This time we can do it, orientation. Already in the district level, the orientation was done. In fact, DTM Thomas did that. Not many people attended from Medley, unfortunately, but it was a good session. It gives an overall picture. And the initial many doubts, it's like frequently asked questions, facts, they are all answered.
Doctor, I have only one submission, Doctor. Such things required by a limited number of members, kindly let us try and keep it outside the normal time.
Yeah,
So
that's
we
what
used
I
to-
started. Last time also I started. We can put it out.
Done. Thank you. Thank you.
We
We'll
used to
now
have
move
a
to the
separate
next
session
question.
on that, where the education
Correct.
VPE and VP membership used to do earlier. So I think it's better that we bring it back, that kind of a session to new members.
With the permission of the president, may I just say only 5-6 voices are heard. You know, definitely the new members should know they have a right to speak. You know,
Correct.
we need to hear them. If I'm permitted to say this, please encourage it, please.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
am all for it, because that is why one of the things I am happy is 31 people have responded out of 42. 31 people have responded. My tabulation includes 49 people by the time I had my cutoff time. So even that was not heard before, and a group discussion is very difficult to bring out everything. So I request once again all the people to express their ideas, especially the questions we are covering now are more concerning the new members.
Also a different view. You know, if there's a different view, kindly, each of us have the same vote, please.
Okay, question
Let's
number
now
10.
Move on to the next. Yeah, 10th question, where the learning needs are assessed. The comment was learning needs were last assessed during Toastmaster Raghunath Nair's term as VP. I was not a member between October to December. It may not have been assessed by then. I've seen some members without mentors or without guidance even after assignment of mentor.
A follow-up comment on this was that Raghu had actually sent an Excel to everybody in order to assess the learning needs, which I could vividly remember. So that's why I could post it here. There was no process after that to assess what do I want to achieve as a member. So this is what this comment signifies.
Yeah, that was something which helped also with that information was given back to the mentors.
Actually, I used to do it the other way. My new mentees, I used to have a 2-hour session roughly in a coffee house or somewhere, talking a lot of things and background information about them and where they feel they have to strongly improve. Somebody may be having a grammar problem, somebody a confidence problem, somebody something else. So we have to identify specific needs in addition to the general Toastmastering guidance. The specific need guidance should be given. I have done it like this in a few cases, even though some of them were not my mentees. But to start with a table or something as Raghu did it before is a very good idea. So Raghu, please pass on that. We'll give it to all the new members. Once they pay and join, we'll give them. Let them go through that and get some idea. At least it will help them to discuss with their mentors also what to discuss. They will have some idea. So please pass on that.
Sure. It was
Let's
a Google
move to
form that was used. I'll share that.
Okay.
Okay. On question number 12, speaking roles, where Thomas sir has mentioned that specific instance in September 21 given.
Yeah, it was a long comment about that giving the table and a thing. Speaking roles given is not about making a table or sending a Google form. Whether everybody is getting an opportunity. There is a two-sided situation because there are cases where people won't ask for the slots, but there are cases where we have to go and tell them, why don't you do it? You didn't do any speech like this. Both are happening. So giving speech roles, whether everybody is getting a chance, that is important. In fact, in the last 6 months, I had tried to improve that by pulling some people who were a little bit shy and sitting away, trying to pull them, doing evaluation, PTM role and project rules, everything. So we have to continue that work. It's a two-sided system. Both sides should cooperate. See, when we send a Google form, which Raghu was sending and Ranga was sending later on, I also tried for the first 2 months. The response is very poor. For example, 4 meetings, a total of 50, 60 roles may be there. But only 12, 13 roles are filled by people before. So the question becomes that there are a lot of gaps for the VPA to fill. Now, a new system has been introduced by our VP Saravanan using this Easy Speak software. It is for all the people to make the best use of it. If you make the best use of it, you will be not only helping yourself, you will be helping Saravanan also to do a very good program. So the speaking roles are always given, but people are not taking. The problem is reverse. When they want, we have given, even then they are dropping down. So the problem is slightly different. We have to encourage them. We have to cajole them. For this one, I have made this system which I wanted to implement last time. I didn't do it, but this time I'm implementing. Sundaresan knows it and Saravanan knows it. We are starting it. We need the help of mentors. The mentor should push the ward. Come on, why don't you give a speech? Last 2 months you didn't give a speech. Why don't you do a meeting role? You are not doing it anything. So they should do evaluation, they should do tag role, they should do meeting role, and they should do speeches. On top of that, even things like event management, like a milestone meeting or contest chair, contest role, beyond a club also they should do it. So this encouragement has to come strongly. This is sort of leadership mentoring. It's not a very big thing, just pushing them a little bit. It should come. So I see a big role for the mentors, because in our modern method of communication, if I send a message in Medley group, there's no answer. 2-3 people answer in 24 hours. Even after 3, 4, 5 days, 50% even do not answer. So for getting this survey, you know what I have done? I have sent it. I have sent separate message. I have called some people. After all this, I got the 31 today morning. So this other side should cooperate. In this one, the mentors can do a big role, because instead of one VP, we have got some dozen mentors, each dealing with only 2-3 people. To that extent, it may be helpful. Yes, D.T.M. Thomas.
Excuse me, sir, as the one who asked the question, let me state to you the question, and the problem is not this at all. The problem was something else. The problem was we were all assigned roles, speech slots for the end of the 6-month period, one shot. That list was sent just once. It was a static, dead list, not what Mr. Saravanan is doing, not what we have done over a period of 7 years, making it available to the members to see and then book when required. That wasn't there, despite requests being made. To expect that I will know where I will be, which part of the world I will be in after 6 months is not realistic. And sure enough, it was proved, if somebody wants to care to look at what were the names given for the month of December for the 4 weeks and how many of them made that speech, you will know the percentage of accuracy. It is not possible. Nobody's mistake.
Okay.
But
okay.
May I complete? May I complete, sir?
Yeah, time.
No,
yes.
time. I am taking 1/3 of what you have taken. Sorry. And finally, it is not as if anybody is hogging all roles. No, look at it. In fact, in December, we hardly had 1 or 2 speeches. So slots were going bugging. It was not as if anybody was taking slots. And I can't remember anybody taking more than 1 slot a month. So I don't think that was the reason. But I agree with you. This is a system that had worked for 7 years, now reinstated. I'm only referring to the difficult part that we had. See, imagine, I don't know when my speech would be next. And suppose next week there's a role, there's a slot. I can book it if I want.
Okay, let me answer. Okay. First of all, the question, your answer is not for the question. The question is whether members are assigned speaking roles. You are talking about one method versus another method. Okay, that's a different thing. Second part, what worked for 7 years, don't tell me that. That's a separate discussion. I am ready to discuss long time also. What did not work the last previous 6 months, I wanted to change it. It did not work. It was not statistic. It was made static. It was made static by the people, not by me. What I did was, I'm not telling you after 6 months you should give a speech. This is a broad general plan. 3 weeks before you can change it. This is my system, but people didn't follow it. I will give you another example. For December, I asked in the beginning of November, a lot of people asked for chance, not fully. Many of the slots they asked. And most of them who asked a specific slots did not fulfill it for 1 day or then the last minute. I have a full list. So that is not the point. That comes again back to the individuals. So this is why I am trying to make it work for 3 weeks, because 3 weeks is what is recommended by even Toastmasters, because they have found probably by practice, the last 1 week, it is difficult for people to prepare suddenly. So 3 weeks before we start the process, somebody cannot do it, we'll try to fill somebody else within the 3 weeks. So we are trying to start a system Whether it is easy speak or what I used or what you used, everywhere there was a problem. But the previous system, there was a problem, though you said there was no problem. Many people, same people were doing again and again. I have got the data which I wanted to show, which was I was not allowed to show. Forget it. Okay, now speaking roles are assigned or not?
Sir,
Saravanan,
I'm happy we have gone back to a sensible system. So that problem is, let us not go back to this ever. That was my idea, nothing else.
No. This is, see, instead of this system also has got 3 weeks, 5 weeks, he can make it. Saravanan in the last 3 weeks is not very happy. You do not know what happened. This system, this new software also did not help because people are not booking and they are not keeping the commitment. The problem is elsewhere. That problem can be sorted out, in my opinion, by using the mentor's help. Because each mentor will deal only with the 2-3 people.
Agree.
To some extent, they can push not only for speeches, even for roles.
I agree.
Back to Vinod.
True.
Yeah, sorry to interject. We have only 10 more questions to discuss and only 5 more minutes. Maybe we can quickly fix on to the action.
Yeah, we can do it.
Yeah, okay. Maybe for the next questions, probably, is it okay if I request specific names to see comments from them? Because
yeah, they have already given
Thomas,
the comments. See, member involved in club activities. And
yeah,
Thomas says not relevant except milestone meetings.
Yeah, so for this, is there any feedback from any member who have not contributed so far? I don't want to mention names, but is there anyone else who wanted to add your thoughts here?
Anyone who wanted to do something didn't get an opportunity.
Yeah.
See, milestone is not the only one. Let me add, club contest is another. Any other celebration meeting is another. And in future, maybe we will have other things like picnic meeting or dinner meeting outside. Those things also will come in organization.
I'm sorry, I'm not faulting. I'm saying we don't have opportunities in this current situation.
Okay.
Except that's why I'm not complaining. I'm saying there's nothing you can do in this online time. I'm saying, you don't read. It's not a complaint.
Actually, the problem is now there is a contest chair. He is going to face the problem next week to get the role players. Last time, contest time, we had big trouble. Area contest, we say we have to contribute for area contest, area OTP, division contest, division OTP, not area OTP, division OTP and other things, even district. Some people do it, but not many people. So there is opportunity.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yeah. The next question is also on the same ground, that is participation area division contest. And since to the question that anyone was not given an opportunity, there was no answer. So
Kalyan, are you there? Is Kalyan there?
Oh, I couldn't see him.
He has not joined, sir.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Generally, it is very difficult to find people. For example, the division, they want OTP, they want 10 volunteers. There's so many clubs are there that till the last day they are running around. I have been witness to that. Anyway, let us try to solve it as and when this occasion arises. Next one.
Next question is on the agenda, which is not published 2 days in advance. There is a feedback.
Yeah, that's something which was one of the moments of truth that we captured in 2-3 sessions back, that we need to have at least 2 days back.
Okay.
This even in today's meeting, I didn't see the agenda coming out, either in the WhatsApp group or by email.
It was sent on Thursday and Wednesday. Normally, people are not used to see that much earlier, so you might have missed that. It was on Wednesday and Thursdays.
It was sent on Wednesday.
In the final form, Saravanan, you sent it as a plain paper form, but the final form with the Medley header was not there. So you might have
No, you are wrong, sir. You are wrong. It was there. It was there.
It was there yesterday.
No. It was there day before yesterday. So Thursday.
Okay.
Yeah, it was there.
The next question is on members are prepared to carry out all program assignments where more mentor involvement is needed, and there was adequate.
I have given that. I have given that comment.
Okay. So you've already emphasized a lot on this members involvement. Let's now.
Members are not prepared. It does not mean they are not ready, but sometimes they don't do it adequately. So
Okay.
that is where the mentor can help. For example, even last week we had a discussion, some grammarians are not doing a good job. So actually what can be done is the mentors can help them. That is all. That is
Okay.
the comment I made. Okay, next one.
Next point is on the member sponsors are recognized. You said that there's still scope for improvement.
Any comments, anybody, before I say? Okay, I will say this because when I bring a member, I should get the credit for it. Sometimes it is not happening. This is an important point. For example, if X brings one of his friends to the meeting, he attends 2-3 meetings and then he becomes a member, the name of X should appear in the application form as it is uploaded so that he gets the credit. In his profile, it will reflect he has sponsored one member. This is important. If the same member gives the credit to somebody else, that is different. But sometimes nobody gets the credit. Sometimes the VPM takes the, not only in our club, even elsewhere, this type of thing is happening. So for example, I brought Toastmaster Sundaresan, I got the credit for it. That is 1 year or 1.5 years before, whoever was there, he has put my name and it reflects in my profile. But last year I brought another person that doesn't reply to in my this one. So this is one thing. Another thing is in the club meeting, they used to appreciate it. The VPM will say, so-and-so has joined last week. He was brought in by our member like this. Just an appreciation. If you cross 5 members in a particular period, Toastmaster International gives you recognition. That's a different. Okay, next one.
Regular membership building programs for which the feedback is guests who attend 4 online meetings are encouraged to become members. There was no active outreach to solicit new members. May I request comments from anyone else?
No, Ranga is there. Ranga can give his comments. What he meant by that?
Yeah, it's, I'm just saying that all the members who come in for meetings, we automatically reach out to them and say, would you like to become a member? And there was no outreach as to go and solicit members. That was
Shankar, can you answer? Is
Yeah,
there
yeah.
any case recently?
Yeah, I'll take it this question, Sambat. Toastmaster Ranga, whoever attending the member as a guest. So what I do that first in the chat, I will I will say that I am the member, and after that, every guest will get on pop-up chat from my side, and I will call upon them and explain about the Toastmasters meetings. So it is already in place, and we have started already.
Yeah, that is exactly my point too. Only guests who join, we are reaching out to them to become members. We are not actively going out and informing people that there is a Toastmasters club. Would you like to come and join? It's only people who call us, we ask them to attend meetings. And all this pertains to the previous 6 months.
Okay, so he's mentioning about members who is not part of our meetings, but still going and encouraging them. Probably those who are not in our very close contact circle is what Mr. Toastmaster
Exactly.
said.
There was no active outreach to solicit new meetings.
Okay, let me answer this. Actually, there's no limit to reaching out. I do agree, good outreach will have good results. I do agree. But the question here about membership building program is not for reaching out individuals. There are programs like this July, August, January, February, we talk of Toastmasters, Medley and all these things. Plus, you have other things like conducting open house, demo meetings, etc., trying to reach out to people and bring them. These things are called the membership building programs. This is individually reaching out. That is also important. It should be done also. So, but this is how initially I built the membership. The very beginning, 2009, we built it because at that time the social media and the LinkedIn, all these things are not that important or effective. So we had to reach out. But nowadays in Zoom time, certainly we are sitting back at home and hoping things will happen. But once the Zoom time is over, let us see what can be done.
Yeah.
To reach out.
Yeah, I have a point to make. See, this is rightly those who are already in. We definitely, all of us are, trying to get them to convert them. But the point is, we have websites, rather WhatsApp groups outside Medley. There was a time we used to be a lot more present with a lot more flyers. We used to have our testimonies coming. Remember what Ramesh did? The testimonies attract. Other clubs do that. So that's an actively promoting membership awareness. Here, this is converting those who are coming in. Very commendable, Shankar. I'm not taking away anything at all. I'm saying the other bar. So you got an anthem. How many clubs have an anthem in District 120? We are not exploiting it. We have testimonies by 30, 35 members. Some of them must have gone. We can exploit that. It's my suggestion. It will give a good image. It's like, buying into a, high net worth company. You feel good, no? Same way, people should feel proud joining Medley. That net worth we have to create through promotion, if you like.
Excuse me, only one question. You said outside WhatsApp group. Is it in Toastmaster system or
yes,
Toastmasters?
See, Dr. Toastmasters also.
Okay, I got it. Just
thank you.
Outside also there is some possibility.
Outside is possible, but we don't need it. See, if it were a physical meeting, doctor, we could have gone to Adyar Times. Now we don't need it. I didn't mean that. I meant to say create a better, value proposition in Medley membership.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Thomas.
there are
Okay.
four more questions.
Yeah, Vinod, because since we are running out of time, can you quickly, complete this another?
Yeah, I think these things we will completely fill in.
Yeah. So the questions are on membership recognition. There are only 4 questions. Progress chart is left blank, and the member achievement versus publishing club member achievements. Both this will have to be discussed. Also, the club division district leaders recognition, there is a comment that it is diluted or absent lately. Since the timer is flashing the red card, may I request the president to discuss with this EXCOM and take these
I will make
actions
1 or 2 comments quickly. Progress chart, I didn't give comments because the comments are the progress chart has been discontinued like this. Not a suggestion what can be done. We will try to think about it. The membership achievement recognition with ceremony, that used to be there in person. It is, we have not found a method for doing it in Zoom meeting. Probably we can do it better. We will think about it. And the recognizing the leaders, it was very bad show sometime back. Let us hope that we can improve that. Publicizing club member achievement, that is meeting ribbon winners, etc. He has written.
Sorry, no, sir. I must say this is personal. I am probably the second Medleyan to get the Toastmasters mentor award, whatever. I don't think it was noticed at all. Thank you.
Okay. Mentor award, in what form you have received? You have received a certificate or something?
Certificate, yes.
Yeah, please pass it on.
I did.
Yeah.
I did. Then and there I passed on, doctor. Thank you.
Okay, you have put it in the group, is it?
Yeah, okay. Anyway, this is not recognition. Anyway, it's okay.
Doesn't matter. Surya has made a point, question 34, in the responsibility of the member.
Given the recommendation itself.
So we will discuss separately with Surya and incorporate that action. Thank you. I have finished from my side. Vinod, you can conclude it.
Yes, sir. So the action plans was already noted by Sampath sir, and some of them were already discussed. For a few questions I have noted down, which I will share it with them separately.
Yeah.
I will have only one humble request, though there is already an openness what was demonstrated. There are still few who did not participate. If at all you have not contributed your ideas to the survey, my humble request is to do so that there is a lot of openness in terms of taking those ideas forward. So please do so that we will take Medley to the next level. With that, my humble submission. Thank you for the opportunity. I had a lot of learnings. I had few takeaways to go back and implement at my clubs. And thank you. Back to the Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vinod Kumar, for your meticulous effort and came and did our moments of truth for our club. Thank you so much. Back to our theme of the meeting, that is for future technology. The next amazing technology which I come across recently is treatment for blindness. Many people believe that if the person loses eyes, the person's life may come to an end. We all know that how life is difficult without eyes, right? So to cater the need, many scientists are trying their best to develop the technology that will free from blindness in the last few decades. But today we have a great news that we have reached magnificent progression in their research. Yes, the visually impaired people will soon to see the world through the bionic vision system. It works by bypassing damaged nerves to allow signal to transmit from the retina to the vision center of the brain cell. The person needs to wear a custom designed headgear that has the camera as well as wireless transmitter. A set of chips will be implanted in the brain that receive the signal from the receiver. I'm very sure that this technology will be the game changer in the world. Thereafter, I think there will not be any visually impaired person in the world. Amazing, right? So moving on to the regular back to our session, it is a table topic. I think most of us very curious to know to attend those questions. And today the table topics will be conducted by the person who is a mechanical engineer by education, and he recently started the startup in the field of robotics. Please put your hands together virtually and welcome Toastmaster Moinik Banerjee. Over to you, Toastmaster Moinik.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, TM Sankar, for the nice introduction. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests. I will just take a second to share my screen. Yeah, so table topics. So I will just, before I go into the table topics, I will just remind you what table topic is for the beneficiary of the guests. So table topic is a session where we give a topic and we randomly select a speaker. And the speaker needs to speak on that topic for a maximum of 2 minutes with a grace period of 30 seconds and a minimum of 1 minute. And the timer has already said when he will be raising the green card, yellow card, and the red card. So with this, as we are running out of time, we'll directly go into the table topics. But for this table topic session, to make it a little bit interesting, I have added some twist into this table topics. So my table topics will be all the famous quotes from the great thinkers or the personalities. And those quotes are very well known to most of the people. And the speaker need to speak on those famous quotes. But there is a small twist in that, as I said before. I will only give half the quote, and the remaining half should be completed by the speaker. And he need to use his own version to complete the quote. He cannot use the version that is given by the great thinker or the personality. And then he need to build up on that. I repeat, I will only give the half the quote.
Sorry,
and the
I'm at a meeting. I'll call you, ma'am.
I will repeat, I will only give half the quote, and the remaining half should be completed by the speaker. And he need to use his own version rather than the original version given by the great thinker or the personality. And he need to build up on that. With that, I will be going with my first topic of today. The first topic for today is Future Belongs to Those Dash by Eleanor Roosevelt. And I would like to call upon Toastmaster Sundarasan. Toastmaster Sundarasan, you were there? You were there, sir? I think you are in mute, sir. Can you unmute yourself?
Yes, table topic master, I am here.
Would you like to take this topic?
Future belongs to this dash. Nothing is clicking in my mind. So,
sure. I can help you in completing the quote. So future belongs to those who believe in themselves.
Who believes in themselves.
Yeah.
Okay. Certainly, I totally agree with you, table topic master. Believe in yourself is a mantra for the youngsters as on today. Because if you see the achievements, the 99% of the achieved, the accomplished genius are all people who believe in themselves. Because our life is two sides of a coin. One side is the person who has to believe in himself, and the other side is motivations, guidance, mentors, coach, everything in the other side, the learning platform which I'm telling. If this individual, Mr. X, for example, believes in himself, then whatever given from the other side, he can absorb easily, and he can absorb himself so that he can be enlightened in that field he is there. It's part of enlightenment. So practically believing in oneself is the most important thing in our life. It comes for the child also that I can do something. At that age becomes a small child into a big sports person. So I can do that. For a woman becomes today, that lady becomes a big entrepreneur today. We are reading in newspapers. And a retired person also, I can say, I am a retired person. I believe in myself. I can take care of my health. Like me, I have to do walking also. Over to you, table topic master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sundarasan. It was really a nice speech, and thank you for your views on the topic. With this, I will be moving on to the next topic. The next topic is Be the Change That Does by Mahatma Gandhi. And I would like to call upon guest Arjun. Guest Arjun, you are there? Guest Arjun, you are there?
Morning, it's with Dinakaran.
Yeah.
Dinakaran, Mr. Dinakaran, would you like to take this topic and have your views on that?
He's a role player.
Oh, okay. Then I would try to move into, I would like to give this topic to TM Venkatesan. Toastmaster Venkatesan?
Yes, table topic master. Now I'm audible?
Yeah, you're audible. Would you like to complete this code?
Yes, I would like to complete the code. Be the change that nothing clicks in my mind, boss.
Be the change that you want to see by Mahatma Gandhi.
Yeah, be the change that you want to see the. Be the change that you want to see the.
That you want to see.
You wish to
that
see.
you wish to see.
That you wish to see. Yeah, no doubt about that. In 1947, August 15th, we got independence, as well as January 26th, we got a republic. Because of this, if Mahatma Gandhi never thought about this, a single person, he controlled nearly 30 million peoples through his ahimsa, and he fought with the British peoples, right from Satyagraha, that salt Satyagraha from Vedaranium, to the last minute, 1947, 14th August, Mountbatten and other people, they were discussing about the freedom, and they're going to give the freedom, discussed by the Vallabhbhai Patel and other panel members also there. The crux is Mahatma Gandhi, after we got a freedom, he insisted that Jawaharlal Nehru should be a prime minister initially. He never obliged for any post to rule a country, not like nowadays. Even the local councillors, yesterday they announced for that local councillor elections. You won't believe that in my neighbors, ADMKs and DMKs, they're fighting for the seat, to contest the seat. And the other person, who's one of my neighbor, is looking for the mayor post. Then just think about Mahatma Gandhi, how he thought about this, with the change that you wish. Because of this quote, he thought before 1947, he got the independence for us. But now the scenario is totally different. Each and everyone is fighting for that. All are selfish. Maximum number of individuals in India, they are selfish. They don't take care about others. I would like to conclude this. We don't even know the value of the democratic. Like Churchill said, after they gave the independence in British, Churchill was saying that Indians, they don't know the value of democratic. Now I'm realizing that as British people, they predicted India, because of the democratic, we don't know how to manage the democratic. We know about politicians and some corrupted officers. Corrupted commissions are there even for the contract. I would like to conclude this. We got a freedom, but we don't know how to move forward henceforth. Thank you for a nice topic, table topic master.
Thank you Toastmaster Venkatesan, for your speech. With this, I will go into the third topic of the day. That is Stay Hungry, Death. And that is, I think it's very common, by Steve Jobs. And with this, I would like to call upon guest Devanai. Yes, Devanai, you were there?
Yeah, I'm here, table topics master, but I'm unable to conclude the prov. Can you please finish the prov? Stay hungry.
Stay hungry, stay foolish by Steve Jobs.
Stay hungry, stay
Foolish.
So, good morning, fellow Toastmasters. So, stay hungry, stay foolish. So, the very, I've heard, as far as Steve Jobs is concerned, I've heard his famous speech in Yale University that says he started his own company and he was out of his own company because how can somebody get out of his company? So, I like this attitude in his speech and the way he was talking. Stay hungry, stay foolish. It means you have to always be starting ready to learn new things in life. So always be open. Don't brain jack others. Have your own, use your own brain. And with that, you have to invent new technologies. It can be Apple, wherein the phone got the phone. We have the phone's backbone from a single aluminum foil sheet. So similarly, all his things are unique. Whatever he invented, whatever he discovered, everything was unique. Everything was so it had its own things to relish and to cherish. So in that way, I believe we have to take all whatever future things we are going to invent. We are supposed to take it off from him. Stay polite, stay calm, stay always energetic, and go forward with the new things which we want to invent than moving on with others' shoulders. So that's what I want to say, table topics master.
Thank you. Yes, Devanai, really nice try and a nice speech.
Yeah.
With this, I will like to move on to the next topic. It's also one of the famous quotes by Albert Einstein. Imagination is more important than. And with this, I would like to call upon guest Stefan Srinivasan. Guest Stefan Srinivasan, you are there? Guest Stefan Srinivasan, I think you are in mute. Would you like to take a try on this topic?
No, actually, you got. I'm audible.
Yeah.
Hello, I'm audible.
Yeah, you are audible. You are audible.
Yeah, actually, first, thank you so much in a way that you have chosen me out of all this. One point I have done, unfortunately, I struck in office. I wasn't able to get exactly that what you said. You want me to complete that, you want me to complete the code, or you want me to start my own second off in a way that?
Yeah, you can complete the code, the original version, or you can complete the code with your own version and build on that.
Unfortunately, I'm not able to exactly complete what Einstein has said. You can finish the code and I can build on that.
Sure. Imagination is more important than intelligence by Albert Einstein.
Imagination is more important than what? What is that?
That intelligence,
right?
Yeah.
Of course. And we, in a way that, though that I'm in a situation to say something very different than what he has said, imagination is more important than imagination is more important than kind of your vision, right? When you vision something that, it's my code actually, I'm saying that I'm just starting from the second of it. And when you have a vision that before starting a vision, that you have to imagine about that, what kind of a person that you want to be, in a case that you want to project as a scientist, that what kind of a thing that you want to, you want to be a scientist, what kind of that you have to go to imagine a way. Before you start something a very different one, you would imagine in your imagination and make it and move on to build the same thing what you imagine. And I'm sorry, I'm just wind up a thing because I'm not exactly able to communicate in a way there. Thank you.
Thank you.
The next one would be your last table topic speaker.
Okay. Thank you, dear Modi. That was really a nice try to guest Stefan Srinivasan. But with that, I will be giving the last topic of the day. Is arise, awake, and I would like to go to and I would like to go to Toastmaster Karan. Would you like to complete this with your own version and build on that?
Yes. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and table topic master, Toastmaster Monik. Arise, awake, and keep moving forward. So, I mean, basically, out of this quote, I would understand that every time we have to come out of the failure, and we have to understand why we got failed, and we should move forward to achieve our goal, our vision, whatever it is. Most of the time, when we get failure, we step into a static mode where we don't go beyond our limitations. We always think about our limitations, our negatives, and we become negative, we become static as well. What out of this code I understood, we have to arise out of that staticness. We have to become more, we should get more awareness about the situation and the scenario, and we should always keep moving forward. That's the extension I would say out of this one. Over to you, Toastmaster, table topic master. Arise, awake, and keep moving forward.
Thank you, TM Dharan, for the nice try and giving your version of the quote. But for the audience, I will complete the quote. The quote is arise, awake, and don't stop until the goal is reached by Swami Vivekananda.
You can say keep moving forward as well.
Yeah, so that's really nice. So with this, I would like to conclude my table topic session of today. And it's thank you everyone, each of the speakers for their part. And over to you, Toastmaster of the day, TM Dharan.
Thank you, Monik, for your innovative topic. Timer, can you please let me know who are all the qualified table topic speaker?
Okay, so here comes the qualified speakers. It is TM Sundaresan, TM Venkateshan, guest Devani, and TM Dharan.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shiva. So with this, let me move on to the next segment of our Toastmaster, which is for the evaluation. For that, I would request Toastmaster Surya to take up the stage. And Surya, over to you.
Thank you, TM Modi. Now that we have come to the third section of today's meeting, which is speech evaluation. For the benefit of guests, you might have seen speakers delivering at the beginning of the meeting, which they had prepared and they have delivered. So in this session, we will have evaluators who would be evaluating the speakers who delivered their speech at the beginning of the meeting. So first, I would like to call upon evaluator number 1, Toastmaster Raghunath Nair, to evaluate speech of Toastmaster Aishwarya. Toastmaster Raghunath is heading the exports for South Asia business, part of Nissan Group. And he's also Toastmaster for a period of 2 decades. He has a good habit of learning new things. Now that he's learning farming and percussion instrument, the new technology that he's eagerly looking forward is the 5G technology, and he's looking forward to see how 5G technology is going to influence the people in daily life. Over to you, Toastmaster Raghunath.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator Toastmaster Surya, for that wonderful introduction. And very good afternoon to all Toastmasters, guests, and our speaker, Toastmaster Aishwarya in particular. What a wonderful speech it was. That's something which is an epitome of how a mentor and mentee relationships and how important it is and how it is being done both outside the world and how important it is in Toastmasters and how you have improved. So if someone hears your speech, listens to your speech, it exactly tells you what a mentor can do in your life. Excellent way of narrating. I see a very confident speaker in you, very well, very poised, very clear diction, very well laid out speech. And it is delivered in an excellent way with the clear steps of what a mentor was doing in your life earlier before reaching Toastmaster, and how it has helped you in Toastmaster in developing to what you are as you have delivered. An excellent speech delivered. I was closing my eyes and listening to it. It was like a song which it was done. The way you had the various topics which you said, like the 3 E's, empower, education, and then you say enjoyment. And I could see that enjoyment which is coming in your face, and it was delivered. What a wonderful speech it was. The body language. The body language was really like, the small gestures which you make and it is coming out of the screen, that makes it a lot of importance when you're delivering a speech, whether you are in online or even in the thing. Very clear. And let me reiterate again, a clear explanation of what a mentor can do in life. Because I'm in this fraternity as Toastmasters, I have experienced the thing. Couple of improvements that I have. When you are in online, please ensure that your background is very clear, because a lot of the time, what I was not one of the reason why I closed the eyes was also because I want to listen to your speech, because it was getting distracted when you're moving back and going. Your image was like was not very clear, and half of the time your hand was missing and things like that. So have a clear background, which I believe Toastmaster Jagan had done a preparatory or an education session. Have a clear background, and it is how it is being done. So that's an excellent way of executing it, so that the impact of your speech will be very effective. They'll become 100% of the effective speech. Overall, an excellent speech. I really look forward to hearing from you the Project 3 various speeches in thing, and I wish you only the very best as a Toastmaster. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much for your evaluation, Toastmaster Raghunath. And next, I would like to call upon Toastmaster Jagan to evaluate the speech of Toastmaster Ranga. So Toastmaster Jagan is a software developer by profession, and he likes music. He knows to play piano and guitar. And the recent skill that he's learning is driving. And the technology that he likes is the ability to make notes digitally, the improved technology which used to increase the ability of making notes. So over to you, Toastmaster Jagan.
Thank you, Surya. Ranga, I must confess, as much as this speech was challenging for you to write, it is also challenging for me to evaluate, because it's a 2 to 3 minute speech and I have to give an evaluation for 2 to 3 minutes. So what have you done? This speech, Toastmasters and Friends, Ranga delivered a speech from Effective Coaching, level 4, and it's an elective. Manage projects successfully. This is the first speech. Since it's a 2 to 3 minute speech, there are 3 objectives that it sets. Member must practice developing a plan, building a team, and fulfilling the plan. What I evaluated on 3 grounds. 3 grounds I evaluated. Did Ranga mention what he intended to accomplish? What is the plan about? What is the intention of the plan? The second thing, how to accomplish the plan. The third thing, who is to accomplish the plan? These are the 3 parameters that I'm going to take for my evaluation. Point number 1, as the manual suggests, this is a well-organized informational speech. This is the first positive that I see in the speech, which means you set the context. You mentioned the orphanage home, and you mentioned what is the requirement for the orphanage home. Who are the stakeholders in the orphanage home? You mentioned the amount that it was required, and then you slowly dwelled upon how you wanted to achieve that particular goal. So it was a well-organized speech. For a 2 to 3 minute speech, it was well-organized and to the point. First strength. The second strength that I see in the parameters that I laid down, you mentioned what you intended to accomplish, which you gave a figure, 3.4 crore is what is required for me to build that orphanage. And who are all the stakeholders? The girl children will benefit. And what are you doing? Building a team of 3, including you. So you mentioned these specifics. This is what I'm intending to accomplish, which is very well done according to the manual, perfectly met objective. And beyond that, how do you want to accomplish this? The second strength, the third strength that I see is that you mentioned quarterly plans. This is how much I want to accomplish in this particular place. This is how I want to accomplish. Email, social media, personally connecting with them. You also mentioned your target audience, high net worth individuals, corporate social responsibility. So how do you want to accomplish this? The third positive that I see in your speech, where could you have done better in this 2 to 3 minute speech? Where could you have done better? Now, I was looking for this specific thing. Who are those 3 people? You have mentioned yourself, but who are those 3 people? What are their characteristics? Why did you choose them? And especially, this is donor. This is related to donation. And I wanted, Ranga would characterize these 3 people and tell me why he chose these three people. Information about your team members is a must for this project to be met. So this is where I felt you could have improved. Now, to challenge yourself in the next speech, I expect in the next speech that you could mention your team members, their skills, their abilities, their personality, their ethics, their professionalism, integrity, and gratitude, and how you led them, either as a friend or as an authority. So that can be matched in the 5 to 7 minute speech. To summarize, Ranga, you had a well-organized informational speech. You clearly mentioned what you intended to accomplish. You clearly mentioned how you wanted to accomplish. What could you have done is that give information about whom do you want to accomplish this with. And to challenge yourself, you could expand on their characteristics in the next speech. All the very best, Ranga.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jagan. Timer, could you please let us know the qualified evaluators?
Yeah, both the evaluators are qualified. Thank you.
Okay. Voting. So when would we be having the best evaluators? Please vote for the best evaluator.
I will count down now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I will close the poll now. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Now I would like to call upon Timer to read out his report.
Able to see my screen? Hello?
Yes.
Okay. Are you seeing the timer sheet or?
Yes.
Okay, good. Thank you. So let me start with the timers report. So starting with prepared speech, Toastmaster Aishwarya Lakshmi spoke for 6 minutes, 11 seconds. And then TM Renga spoke for 3 minutes, 43 seconds. And we had the moment of truth where TM Vinod had taken 42 minutes, 26 seconds. And then for the evaluation, TM Rahu took 3 minutes, 8 seconds. And then TM Jagan took 3 minutes, 15 seconds. And for the table topics, TM Sundareshan spoke for 1 minute, 25 seconds. Then TM Venkatesan took 2 minutes, 21 seconds. Guest Jayavani spoke for 1 minute, 30 seconds. Guest Stephen Srinivasan took 55 seconds. And finally, TM Taran took 1 minute for his speech. That's the timer report. Over to you, General Evaluator. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Now I would like to call upon Accountant to read out this report. Toastmaster then.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. So for our counter, as far as our counter report is concerned, so Toastmaster Saravanan has 2 hours and 2 and Toastmaster Shankar 5+ hours and 2 and Toastmaster Dinakaran 2 hours and Toastmaster Aishwarya 5+ hours and Toastmaster Ranga 3 hours and 1 long pause and 2 and Toastmaster Venkatesan 2 hours and 3 and guest Stephen 2 hours and Toastmaster Monik 4 hours and 3 so and Toastmaster Raghunath Nair 2 hours. That's the report, our counter report for the day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Uday. Now I would like to call upon Toastmaster Dinakaran to read out grammarian.
Yeah, good evening, Toastmasters and guests. Word of the day, today, like G. Surya used it once, and then Toastmaster Vinod Kumar, who conducted the Moments of Truth, used it twice, and guest Devanai used it once. And I have noted that some of the interesting phrases used by speakers. Toastmaster Ranga used the phrase optimally filled, and the Toastmaster Vinod Kumar used the phrases like time tested and first impression as the best impression. And when the TT speaks, Toastmaster Sundareshan talked about two sides of the coin. It was interesting. And then I was calling out oneself and then the learning platform as the both sides of the coin. And he also talked about how can we observe and then leverage it. So that's something that I felt it interested. And during the evaluation, Toastmaster Raghunathan talked about the speech was like a song. I also like that phrase or the way he has actually established how he has felt about the speech. Few improvements, though, like Toastmaster Aishwarya, it was fabulous and the wonderful speech. But at some places, the webs were missing since she was nearing the time, like reaching that end time. And she was trying to rush, and then few places webs were missing. She can like look at it and correct it. TMOD Sankar, at a few places there was like the issue of like usage of singular versus plural, which he can actually look at it and correct it. Yeah, so this is how I can summarize for the grammarian report. Over to G. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Dinakaran. Now I have my report in hand. I would like to appreciate Toastmaster Saravanan for quickly taking over the responsibility of TMOD. Big round of applause to you, Saravanan. With this, I would also have to give one recommendation that you could do a similar planned backup for every single meetings which are upcoming. So that would be helpful for us. And give a big round of applause to the XCOM team in running the MOT offline by forms, because which saved us a lot of time and which gave us a lot of time in the meeting to discuss about the issues. So, thanks for that. Table topics, a creative way of running the table topics. Thank you so much for bringing that table topics master. I'm seeing this pattern for the first time. And one recommendation for you, you could have reiterated the rule of the table topics somewhere in between, because most of the speakers did not understand it properly. So that's one recommendation. And somewhere in the midst, we lost the practice of using theme of the day along with the word of the day. So theme of the day is also equally as important as the word of the day to be used in the meeting. And also the listeners have to applaud when people are using. So somewhere in the midst, we lost this practice. So I would like to convey this to the XCOM team, especially VP, to bring this, reiterate the TMOD to reintroduce this. And I hope that today's meeting will end up on time. All the best. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Surya. And so moving on to my final technology, which will be majorly consumed by the government as well as the banker. Sometimes back, you could have seen some of the news on the TV quite often that thieves are robbed or broken the ATM and stolen the cash. In some places, terrorists fired or throw the bomb in a crowded place to kill many innocent people's lives. So the government and the banks especially plan to introduce an innovative way to address the issue by using the well-versed technology. Let me tell you how. For example, in ATM, if anyone intended to rob or switch off the camera in the ATM will trigger the alarm to the bank as well as the local police. How it will work? So the banker will create a pattern for the normal transaction. That is, if a person who is going and withdrawing the transaction on a daily basis, that will create a pattern. If there is any unusual pattern recorded on the ATM, an alarm will be triggered and the bank will start monitoring the particular ATM. So the same system will be applicable for any terrorism activities. And these are all very early stages. And some of the banks in the in the UK, especially with the London, are started implementing this. So hopefully this technology will come to us very soon. So on summary, the technology or the changes are inevitable for mankind. As the world grows, we need to update and adopt ourselves to the changing environment. So these are the things which I would like to talk upon. Before I hand over the presiding officer, can I request Zoom Master, please cast the vote for table topic speaker? Thank you. Probably I will give 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And Zoom Master, may I request put for the tag player? Okay. So I will be counting on 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So Zoom Master, may I request to put for role player? Thank you, Zoom Master. I will give you 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. With this, let me sign off, and I will hand over the stage to our presiding officer. Over to you, presiding officer.
Thank you, TMOD. The happiest thing that happened in today's meeting was the attendance by the members was better than normal. I think, I'm not sure, maybe 22 or 23 members attended, which is a good sign. Whether there is MOT or not, please continue to do this and even try to better this. Please join me in applauding the efforts of all the role players today, starting from Sergeant at Arms, TMOD, GE, tag role players, speakers, evaluators, and the table topic master. Today's MOT facilitator is an extraordinary success as an area director. I will say that he is the best area director in our district at the moment. I am an area director and I am unreservedly telling that his performance is extraordinary. He has done very well. His area has done very well, all the clubs, and he is the backbone behind all that success. So I wanted to get him and he was available. That was a good thing today. And we designed a different format, which I tried in another club also, that somewhat worked well, I think, because as our general evaluator mentioned, we had more time for the discussion rather than going through all the questions for which everybody is giving 5 marks. So those questions we didn't consider at all. So that was a better way of prioritizing considering the time. So today's meeting awards will be announced after I have some feedback from the guests. Who are the guests available? Is Stephen Sinwasan available? Okay, guest Devani.
She's available.
Yeah, your feedback, quick feedback.
I thoroughly like the question how today's Toastmasters meeting went. I was a former Toastmaster, And I like the way the session went, the meeting went, right from the initial Sergeant at Arms introduction to the end of the session, and the prepared speeches and the table topics, the way it was conducted. Everything I really liked, and I liked being a part of today's meeting.
Very good. Thank you very much. Which is how many meetings have you attended already?
This is like how many meetings, in the sense it would be my 20th meeting like that.
No, here in continuously in.
This is the first time. This is the first time I'm attending Medley's Toastmaster meeting.
Okay, very good. Please continue to attend. You will have a good experience, and if you wish, you can certainly join. Who is the other guest available now? Stefan is not there. There was one more in the beginning. I'm not able to get it. Okay, that finishes the guests for the time being. They might have left probably.
Zakir was there, but he has left.
Yeah. Okay. So next is the happy occasion for announcing the table topics. I mean the awards. The table topic best speaker. It is shared by two people, but out of the two, one is a guest. So the benefit of, not the doubt, benefit of appreciation goes to the guest Devani. Similarly, the tag player also is tied. There are two of them. So I will give relative junior of the two the credit, Toastmaster Shiva Radhakrishnan as the best tag player. Speaker, of course, without any question, is Toastmaster Aishwarya Lakshmi. And evaluator is Toastmaster Jagan. And the best role player is Toastmaster Shankar, who gave us the future technologies. So we all enjoyed the meeting. We have the next meeting coming up. Toastmaster Saravanan, would you like to announce anything quickly?
Sure. Okay. So we have the 666th meeting coming on next Saturday, and Dinesh will be the TMOD for that. And then on February 19th, we'll have our club TT as well as ISC speech contest, and Toastmaster Mohan Sundaram will be the contest chair for that. So please, if you have not given your names, please provide your names to them. And I would like to formally welcome Prasanna also, who joined us as a member today. Over to the President.
Thank you.
Thank you. That reminds me to remind you again to enter your names in the contest. I don't know how many people have entered. It was not a very good number yesterday when I checked. We have given time up to 25th and they extended probably up to 31st. So please do so now. If we are getting too many table topic contestants, we may have to have 2 rounds, earlier semi-final rounds. So give us some time for planning that. Quickly enter your name, because table topic, there is no eligibility. Anybody can give the name. So if we have 42 members, even if 25 members can give the name, please do so. Let us have a tough time organizing it, but we will have a great time enjoying the contest. With this, let me adjourn meeting number 665 with the imaginary gavel.